Today I'm going to be talking about the power of content marketing, and we had already so many great presentations, and I can relate to a lot of we've already heard today. I'm not going to be focusing on a company or brand. I'm rather going to be speaking about the things that I acquired during my experience since the beginning of my career. And I think that the information that I cover in those slides will be useful and applicable in many businesses, in different type of businesses, and I hope you will find something useful today. So I'm gonna be sharing my personal viewpoint, and I would like to explore the potential impact of the content marketing on the success of different type of businesses. So it doesn't matter if it's a small business or like a big international corporation. I think that we face different challenges, and especially when it comes to small businesses, it's usually like a short headcount, or we have limited resources, budgets, everything related to that. But I think that with the right approach and having the right strategy, there is always a way to figure it out and achieve great results. So today I'm gonna be again reinforcing the message why the content is important, and based on all the information, listing the essentials don'ts and essential do's when it comes to the content marketing. So you've probably seen this a million times before, because I assume that people here, maybe at least some of you, have marketing knowledge and background, and you probably think, oh my God, not again, why? But no, this is not what my presentation is gonna be about today. I would like to start with some statistics. So this is a pretty recent information. This is the survey provided by the Content Marketing Institute, conducted in July of the current year among 1,000 respondees from the B2B industry. And I really paid my attention to that 54% of us are still facing challenges when it comes to the creating that content consistently. We've been dealing with the content for a long period of time, and everyone kind of knows the importance of that, but still, over this time, so many years, we're still facing those challenges. As well, 58% of us have the lack of resources. It's whether human resources or budgets. And I come from the B2B industry, so my slide's going to be based on the B2B, so working with the businesses. And as well, I have an extensive network of colleagues involved in marketing. And you know what? Every time I talk to them, it doesn't matter which kind of business they work with, it's a small company or international corporation, all of us are facing the same challenges. So, what could we do about that? Probably on this slide there is not much new information to you, but I just wanted to mention once again how important the content marketing for every type of business. In the B2B sector, building the trust and loyalty between your client and your company, it's extremely important, and it plays a crucial role. So through the content, you can really build the trust and credibility by educating the audience. This is the way to establish the thought leadership, and as a result, all the work and the effort that you are putting into that will lead to the better lead generation, which, as we know, will be converted into the sales and make this business profitable and successful. Working with the content and putting effort into that helps you to achieve that search visibility. And we all live in a digital world, and you know that if you're not on Google, your company doesn't exist. Unfortunately, right now it's a reality, but there are a lot of advantages in there. And last but not least, nurturing customer relationship, it's as well something that you can achieve while working with the content marketing. Well, but content only is not enough, because before you can market something, you actually got to put together the strategy, which plays an integral and absolutely crucial role in every business. Second, before you put together the strategy, and to put together the strategy, you need to know your ideal customer. So all this takes a lot of analysis and research. You gotta be gathering all the possible data that you can, internally and externally. And if you have the statistics on your company performance, sales, customers, it's absolutely important to look into that. And as well, you gotta be collecting information out there about the economical situation, markets, trends, everything what happens outside. And last but not least, to put together the message and how would you like to position your business to achieve the goals. So to be able to put together a strategy, you identify all these steps, you understand actually what your customer needs, and you always have the customer in mind when you're creating any type of message and any type of content. So I wanted to give as an example a little case study. It's a small business, and I think that content marketing and content played a very important role in this company being able to achieve success. So let's imagine that we have a small business, approximately 13 people on a team, which is operating in the B2B service industry. And it's important to mention here that the company is selling the expertise and knowledge. The company has been operating on the market for a decade, more or less, and been pretty successful, not really doing active marketing, but never had a problem getting clients through the personal network. So when the crisis hit in 2008, affecting worldwide economies and situation everywhere, after we start recovering from the crisis, the company still keeps observing the significant decrease in sales. So the management starts looking into the solution, what step we could take to improve the situation. And as they've never been doing any active marketing before, the decision was made to get the marketing help on board. So the company gets marketing help on board, develops the marketing strategy, which is highly focused on content. It's an inbound marketing strategy. Defines the ideal customer, looking into the revenue analysis, performing client segmentation, putting together buyer personas. So really understanding the client's needs, the client's pain, and how can we add value to the client. And defines the messaging and how they would like to position themselves. And as it's a small business, you have, first of all, lack of human resources. So while putting together the strategy and starting executing it, you face a lot of challenges, and I've listed here some of them. And the first one is generating high quality content consistently, because you need to have a person that would dedicate time to that. And very often, this is not a priority. But following that strategy that you were able to define and putting the effort, putting the money, investing the money and time into that will definitely pay off with time. And this is why. So the company started implementing the strategy in year one, and we've been observing the steady growth over the next couple of years. So first of all, it affected the website performance. So in our digital world, website performance is extremely important, because if this is where your client practically can find you on the internet. So having an incredible website performance, the company started appearing on the first page of Google on the top 3 lines organically. And this is something that you can achieve by investing in Google Ads. But as soon as you stop paying for the Google Ads, you're going to be gone from Google search. So this is very time consuming and the method that requires a lot of effort, but in a long term, it's much better. So the website performance affects the lead generation. So we keep observing the steady growth for the lead generation. And here where the sales and business development team steps up and converts those leads into business. So we actually achieved the overall very positive company performance. So by implementing the strategy and generating valuable content consistently, this little company in just 4 years was able to build brand awareness, trust, and loyalty. And and became the trusted experts in the industry with a very strong reputation. So this company managed to become the number one in the market and stand out with all the competitors that they had. The company increased the website traffics, and the conversions after all of this was around 48%. So by building this trust and loyalty, you affect your conversions. It's not only the website performance, it's not only the lead gen, but people and potential customer trust you more because they see that you are an expert, they see that you have the knowledge. As well, the company grew the number of employees by 123%. So we see that it affects not only the money and the revenue that you can make, but it affects how the employees see your business, and the business becomes more attractive. People want to come and work for you. And at the same moment, the company kept the cost down because inbound marketing costs approximately 62% less than outbound marketing strategies. So to give some more insights here, I just wanted to list some tactics that were implemented. There were a lot of blog articles generated to be able to establish the reputation in the industry, and the most successful of these were repurposed for the social media and for the webinars. The webinars establish the digital presence and is actually a perfect tool to nurture the leads and convert them in a future business. Investing time and effort into the first three elements caused that the opinion leaders from the company organically were invited to participate in the magazine's industry interviews to just share the expert knowledge free of charge. So you get the exposure, but you don't invest money into that. So it's very beneficial for you and cost practically nothing. And everything all together led to that trust between the market and industry and opinion leaders, so we get invited to the conferences as speakers. So here we can observe like a circle where every element feeds the next one, and if you keep investing time and money into that, you will just keep observing the steady growth. So it's a perfect long-term solution for every type of company. You might get a question here, but was it all only content? And the answer is no, it's never only content, or it's never only in marketing, because there is a lot of work happening on the background. And it's not only the marketing team, but there is a sales team and business development team. We are feeding the company with leads, but there is actually someone else to convert those leads into the business. But the message that I want to reinforce here is that the content is at the core of this everything. If you don't have the content, you probably don't have the work to do around the content, and it's everywhere. Even the slides that we are seeing today, it's content. So let's list here the essential do's when it comes to the content marketing. Quality. Educate, establish authority, build the trust, and by this, drive profitable customer action. Tailor content to the audience needs. It's very important always have the client in mind, because this is how you can provide valuable information and establish that trust and loyalty. You got to explore various content formats. So if you have an article, if it's super successful, repurpose it to something else. It will be more efficient because you don't need to invest that much time to create this content. And as well, explore different formats in a way that the article could become an infographics. And it's proven already statistically that infographics and graphic content in general performs 323% better. I already mentioned about the repurposed and successful content. In everything all together, it helps to cultivate that user engagement. So you as well have the customer in mind. And of course, it's very important to keep an eye on the trends and adapt. Well, this is what happened with the COVID, right? Everyone was able to go to events, speak at the conferences, but when the COVID started, we didn't have that opportunity anymore, and everyone started panicking. So what do we do? So you gotta be keeping an eye on that, the marketing department, and be very flexible and be able to switch the strategy adapted to the market needs or to the needs of your client. What I wanted to mention here as well, don't be scared to share some knowledge for free, because your clients or potential clients will definitely appreciate it, and it's most likely they are not going to be able to achieve the same results without your product or service, but they will definitely be very thankful for that, and it definitely helps to build the loyalty and trust. Okay, so when everything is so positive and we observe the positive trend and everything is going great, we're generating content, we're consistent, and it's very high value, can something go wrong? Yes, of course, nothing is certain in marketing, and there is always, it depends. So in this slide, I wanted to focus on the three stages when it comes to content marketing. So first it's create, second promote, and the third one is convert. I wanted to mention here that that content marketing has a cumulative effect. So on my experience throughout my career, I have several cases when as soon as company starts investing into the marketing, they expect the return right away, like next month. Unfortunately, this is not how it works. And I even had the cases where the company would invest for 5 months and they say, stop everything, we don't want to do it anymore because we see not the result that we expected. But you need to give it a time, because the first results, positive, significant results, you're going to start observing after 6 to 9 months since the beginning of the effort. So let's imagine the stage 1 disappears here. So if you don't generate content anymore, or you are not that consistent, you have nothing to promote. If you have nothing to promote, you have nothing to convert. So as a result, you might start observing some decrease in sales and lead generation, and that as a result could affect the overall business performance. So on the peak of the chart, you can see inconsistent content creation, because that positive trend might be very misleading sometimes, especially for unexperienced marketers or the business managers who have lack of marketing knowledge, background, or experience. And it's very tempting because we are doing great, we're achieving results, fantastic, let's switch that attention and effort somewhere else. And this is actually a sure way to downfall because of that accumulative effect of marketing. So if you stop generating that valuable content, or you generate much less, you will observe a steady decline. But the trick there is that most likely you're not going to see anything for at least 6 to 9 months. And again, it happens because of that accumulative effect of marketing. So the previous effort you've been putting into that will still work for you for several months. And when you realize at the end that something is not going well, it might be too late to take the action, because it will take you another 6 to 9 months to build all that trust and loyalty once again. So you are losing here time, and this most likely will start affecting the general business performance. I've added here some statistics from LinkedIn, because I think that for B2B industry, this is probably the most, well, in Europe at least, the most important social network that you should be focusing on. And we see a lot of content there. So this is a credible source to pay attention to. So I made a conclusion that building a strategy is very crucial. You gotta be focusing on quality and bringing the value. Keep tracking the return on investment, because you need to know what's working, what's not working, and where you still should be investing, and something that you probably should stop doing at all. And keep generating engaging, useful, empathetic content with the client in mind. And listing the essential don'ts. Again, the strategy and neglecting consistency. You probably heard it already a lot, but I think the consistency is a key here. Never compromise on quality, because here you have a chance to really educate the audience and establish that reputation. Let them know that you are an expert and a very knowledgeable expert. underestimating the power of storytelling. To put together the content is not everything. You need to know how to put it right to be able to achieve the goals and to be able to make sure that it's engaging and the audience is paying attention to that and following it. Ignoring audience preferences as well. You need to be keeping that in mind to be able to build the trust and loyalty. SEO and analytics. So SEO is extremely important because Google is a machine. It works on algorithms. So you need to follow the rules to be able to appear in Google search. And even if you want to appear on the first page, it's more important. Overlooking the analytics, you might lose the opportunities to improve. So it's a very important data source for when you start putting together a strategy. And again, you gotta be adapting to trends and lack of promotion. If we create a super amazing piece of content, we still need to promote it because it's very unlikely that the audience will automatically find it and read it. So that part is crucial as well. So the last part of my presentation is going to be how can we stay efficient and how can we be achieving results. And I've listed some things in here. And I think that it doesn't matter the size of the team. It doesn't matter whether it's a small family business or it's a global international corporation. I think you still can be efficient and achieving positive results by a right approach. You can structure your team correctly. You can have the correct knowledge on your team. You got to be looking into the platforms that are performing better for you. So for some businesses it's LinkedIn, for other businesses it's TikTok. And everything, the key is in data. You gotta be collaborating with opinion leaders and create the content with partners as well, which will improve the exposure. Content planning, I think it's very important. It helps to stay consistent with that content generation. And as marketers, we have incredible tools right now, like marketing automation systems. They are very helpful, and there is a lot of insights and data that will help you to actually build a successful business. Invest in cost-effective content creation tools. Use employee advocacy programs and encourage your employees to share that content on the social media, because your audience has the audience of audiences, so you can talk to that audience through them as well. And repurpose successful content across various formats and channels. And to summarize everything, I wanted to share again some statistics for the same survey. This is the types of the content that are performing the best for the B2B marketers, and the distribution channels which are performing the best for the B2B marketers. I really encourage you to have a look at this survey. They have a lot of valuable information. It's super long. They don't give you any answer or solution. They just give you the statistics, but you can extract the useful information and that is applicable for your particular company or business. And I'd like to share some tips from my side, from my experience. So consistency is a key. And I encourage everyone, whether it's a marketing people or company managers, to stay consistent and invest time, money, and effort, because it will pay off. Do not keep all eggs in one basket, and promote as many experts from your team and your company as possible, because you know it's just life and people come and go, so you would not like to lose your opinion leader that you've invested years of promotions and a lot of money. CRM. I think that this is an incredible tool, not only for sales and BD team, but as well for marketing people, because there is a lot of useful information and you can really segment your customers. You can tailor content for different audiences that you might have. And at the same moment, it will help you to achieve better results. Use additional cost-effective resources. I've put here lead forensics. I use it myself. This is not a promotion, but I have to say that I enjoy it a lot. It gives you a lot of insights. You can actually track which content is performing better on your website, how people are reacting to that content, what is that journey that they perform on your website based on that content. And it's pretty difficult to extract that through Google Analytics, but this tool gives you incredible amount of information. And I cannot not add to this list the artificial intelligence. So I've put again here some statistics how B2B marketers already use it when it comes to content tasks. And we had an incredible discussion after the first part of the conference, because I see that artificial intelligence is applicable in a B2C industry, but I think in a B2B, we still have to get there. And I definitely encourage to explore it. I do it myself as well on a daily basis and trying to take the best of it. But I think for the B2B industry, for the content creation, it's still not the ideal solution, not just yet. But I hope that we will get there at some point. That would be very helpful and will definitely solve that problem with consistency. And marketers lived happily ever after this. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope it was insightful and interesting. I am inviting all of you now to a coffee break. And if you have any questions to me or you'd like to discuss something, I'm very happy to do so afterwards.
Thank you very much.